Okay, so we start off this week with lesson 26. In lesson 26, we're comparing fractions, improper fractions, and mixed numbers all together. We've learned some tricks, really good tricks, throughout the year for this. Looking at the homework, though, the classwork actually, skipping number one and number two here. And so we're actually going to skip both those. I'd like you to do them and try them, but you can't really submit them. So those aren't being submitted. It basically jumps to the second page where you can see just number problems where you have to, we're looking for greater than, less than, or equal to. You're going to have to write that in word form. Write the word greater, write the word less than, write the word equal or equal to submit your answers. And we're going to do a couple of examples right now. So when I look at these, um, let's see. Well, let's look at one where we have a just a mixed number. Now, sometimes if a mixed number is up against a mixed number, and you have 5 1/4 and 4 5/8, we have a clear winner here. Five is clearly 5 holes beats 4 holes all day right away. And so things like ones like those go rather quickly, but they do get more challenging as we get going here. So let's look at what if we have 19/6 up against 3 3/4. So now we have a improper going against the mixed. And these are just tough to compare. So I'm going to have to flip this guy into a mixed to match up with this guy. Well, 6, 12, 18. 6 times 3 is 18, meaning I have one piece left over. So I have 3 1/6 and 3 3/4. Now, the whole numbers tie, meaning I move to the fractions. Now, a couple of things we've learned this year. 1/6, less than a half. 3/4, greater than a half. Also, I think I said the number 2 trick of the year was 6 times 3 is 18 and 4 times 1 is 4. Clearly going to eat the 18 here. And so we have multiple tricks that we've learned throughout the year, strategies really, what we call tricks, in order to compare these. Let's go ahead and look at another one. Why don't we try? I'm looking for one that's a little more. What about this? 43/8 compared to 35/6. Okay, we have improper, improper. Would the cross multiplying trick work? Yes. But you're looking at multiplying 8 times 35 and 6 times 43, which is quite a bit of work. I'm going to start by flipping these both to mixed numbers. So 8 times 5 holes would give me 40 pieces, meaning there's 3 left over. 6 times 5 holes would give me 30 pieces, meaning there's 5 left over. Now at this point, I can see less than half, more than a half. I could also use the trick 8 times 5, 6 times 3. And so when I'm able to make that flip from improper to mixed, it's much easier to compare. Now, when it comes to the answer document, you would just put in less here or less than. 19/16 was greater, and 43/8 was less than, less or less than. That's what you're putting in for your answer on the Google Doc. It continues with these. Again, you kind of have to just use some good judgment, but also use your skills like flipping improper to mixed, doing the cross multiplying, or comparing to a half or 0 or a whole. This leads into lesson 27, which is pretty similar as well, but we really did a lot of work on comparing fractions. So comparing mixed and improper, a little more of a challenge, but I still think it's something that if you can get to this point, we've really already learned and practiced that quite a bit. So I think you guys will do really well on that. Looks like we just have the back here, just 10 problems on the back to be submitted, and each one would say less than, greater than, or equal to. That would be your answer. but you would need to show some work on a separate sheet of paper. So I think that's it for lesson 26.